All right, class 1A has to take the Hunter's exam. Who's passing and who's failing? Okay, the first thing you need to take into consideration, besides the fact that Gon is only 12, is that he lives in a world where Nen slash Aura is artificially amping everyone in the world pretty much. So all the baseline humans are actually way stronger than average humans would be from like the My Hero Academia verse. So keep that in mind. Now, the first thing you have to think about is that taking the Hunter's exam isn't just, that's not all there is. You have to also find the Hunter's exam. And a lot of people in this class, I'm not convinced they'd be able to find their book if it was in front of them, much as finding a top secret hidden location. But let's say they get lucky, they follow the protagonist and they end up reaching there, blah blah blah, they find their way through the forest and they end up reaching the exam site. The first problem is a lot of them don't have the stamina necessary to run all the way behind the first examiner. So I can see a lot of the weaker members who don't have superhuman stamina falling out right there. Ida, Tail Guy, maybe the Rock Guy, and Deku, Bakugo, those would be the only people who I think have enough stamina to even make it that far to pass the very first trial. And after the first trial, then you have the most intense one from my point of view, which is going through the woods, the marsh woods place that's, I think it's called Swindler's Swamp. A lot of people won't get through there. A lot of them, keep in mind, they are children and well-trained, talented people who took the Hunter's exam also got lost and got eaten by all kind of things. So I'm not convinced they would be able to get through that. Even Deku wouldn't be able to get through it unless you're using maybe him when he has a lot more of his powers unlocked. But if we're using from the beginning of the series, a lot of the people just won't be able to make it through Swindler's Swamp. And then after that, they'd have to jump off of the eagle's nest to get the eggs, which I'm sure a lot of them would fail because a lot of them wouldn't be paying attention. They are children, so I feel like a lot of them would also fail there. And then after that, they'd have to go to the prison where I'm sure a lot of them would fail as well. So if I'm being honest, I'm not sure much of them would even make it past the first round. And then after that, it just gets worse and worse. The only person who I see maybe coming out on top is maybe Bakugo, because he'd be able to fly over the Swindler's Swamp. And I'm not convinced he could fly for that long, but I think they're all screwed, to be honest. But what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below.